8 teams opened up the week with aspirations of hoisting a championship trophy here at the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. Today, 2 still remain, and 90 minutes will determine which one will be standing at the center circle holding up a Peach Belt Conference Tournament championship crown. Good afternoon and welcome into Blanchard Woods Park in Evans, Georgia as we get set for the 2017 Peach Belt Conference Tournament Women's Soccer Championship. Stephen Williams here with you as we get set for Championship Sunday. It is second-seeded Columbus State University, the Lady Cougars at 15-2 overall this season. On the opposite side, it's the fourth-seeded UNC Pembroke Braves, 14-4-1 overall this season. The Braves of UNC Pembroke set to make their second ever appearance in a Peach Belt Tournament championship game, while the Lady Cougars of Columbus State making their 11th championship appearance in 13 years and trying to make a little history today, trying to become the first women's soccer team to win the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship in 4 consecutive seasons. We're getting set for the starting lineups and national anthem here at Blanchard Woods Park as we get set, the two teams out on the field. Kickoff just moments away. We look through your starting lineups for this one. First for Columbus State, it'll be up top, Olivia Jarrell, the junior from St. Augustine, Florida, 17 goals on the season, along with Riley Clark, the second leading scorer, a sophomore with 15 goals. In the midfield, it'll be Cassandra Wade, the 4-year starter, 3-time all-conference player, 11 goals, 4 assists for her on the year. Flo Spano, a new starter into the lineup, the sophomore out of Canada, along with Kimmy May, the freshman from Columbus, Georgia. That will be out wide. The holding mids for Columbus State in their 3-5-2 look, Brooke Nail, the junior out of Douglasville, Georgia, along with Hugren Elversdottir, the senior out of Iceland, a 3-year starter and an all-conference selection during her time at Columbus State. The back line, just 3 and all very young. Tegan Anglem, the veteran of the back, a 5'7" sophomore out of Noonan, Georgia. Madeline Goodfellow, the freshman center back who's been working all year long as Columbus State's center back there, called the most important player for this team and the leader in minutes, a freshman from Columbus. And Annie Mayo, another freshman out of Sewanee, Georgia, a 5'8" freshman defender out of Sewanee. As we get set for our anthem here at Blanchard Woods Park, let's go down to the field for that.
Welcome to the 2017 Peach Belt Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship.
National anthem complete. Time for the starting lineups here at Blanchard Woods Park in Evans, Georgia. We went through the Columbus State starting lineup. Let's roll through the lineup for the 4th seed, the visitors on the scoreboard from UNC Pembroke. It'll be Alexis Pittman at forward, a 5'6" freshman out of Greensboro, North Carolina. She scored both of UNC Pembroke's goals in this tournament, along with Stacy Scott, a 5'10" junior out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. 7 goals for her this season. Midfield will look like this: Kate Weisner, a senior out of Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. Christina Stevenson, a sophomore midfielder with a couple of goals this year. Carly Rochelle, one of 3 captains for this Braves team, a sophomore from Maple Hill, North Carolina, along with Shannon O'Neill, a sophomore midfielder from Statesville, North Carolina. The back line of 4, led by Jasmine Senecal Guzman, the captain, the 4-time all-conference selection, who started every game of her UNC Pembroke career to this point. Haley Stewart, a junior out of Swainsboro, North Carolina, started all 19 games this year. She's played every minute of this 2017 season. Christine Rolfus, a junior out of Concord, North Carolina, missed the first 3, started the last 16. And Katie Ryan, a sophomore that's played in all but 21 minutes of this season. And, of course, the goalkeeper that makes things go for this UNC Pembroke team, it's Gina Ryan, the sophomore out of North Carolina, the freshman of the year and a 2-time All-Peach Belt Conference selection. These 2 teams taking different paths to get here for UNC Pembroke. It's a pair of 1-0 victories for the 4th seed. They took down 5th-seeded Georgia College on an Alexis Pittman goal in the 80th minute back on Tuesday. And then on Friday, it was a second-minute goal from Pittman that got things going in a 1-0 victory over top-seeded North Georgia to get to this championship contest. For Columbus State on the opposite side, on Tuesday it was a 5-0 victory for them over 7th-seeded Lander in the quarterfinal round. A couple of goals from Maddie Peterson in that one, followed by Cassandra Wade, Olivia Jarrell, and Megan Cottingham, all putting goals on the board. And then on Friday in the semifinal against 3rd-seeded Flagler, it was a 3-1 victory. They pressured Flagler into an own goal to start the contest in the 12th minute, took that 1-0 lead to halftime. Riley Clark put a couple of goals on the board in the second half for the 3-1 final. We have the top offensive team in the Peach Belt, the top defensive team in the Peach Belt Conference set to square off as we get set for Championship Sunday here on the Peach Belt Conference Network. Blanchard Woods Park, the site of your championship here in 2017 in Evans, Georgia. It'll be UNC Pembroke, the visitors, in their road black uniforms, gold trim, white numerals. They'll be working right to left as you're looking at it to start. For Columbus State in the home white uniforms with their navy numerals and logo on the front as well. They'll be going left to right as you're looking at it. We've got 2 championship contests coming up today. Lander and North Georgia to match up in the men's championship, scheduled for 3:30 this afternoon. It is a perfect day in Evans, Georgia. A little unseasonably warmer than we're used to at this time of year, but we're not complaining. Columbus State aiming for its 11th tournament championship appearance, trying to pick up yet another conference championship. They've won 7 of them. They're aiming for number 8 today, and they will have the opening kickoff. UNC Pembroke trying to get its first tournament championship contest as they are here for the 2nd time in program history. Officials checking and making sure everybody's good to go. In the center circle, it's Cassandra Wade over the ball, Olivia Jarrell with her, and Championship Sunday is officially underway here in Evans, Georgia. Olivia Jarrell, the all-conference performer, on the ball early, will start the attack. Columbus State does a strong job of possessing. UNC Pembroke, a defensive squad, as Elvers Donner sends one in from the left side, looking for Kimmy May. It's defended well, that time by Stacy Scott, who had dropped back into it. UNC Pembroke dropped a lot of players into the defense against North Georgia on Friday, got the early goal and was able to hold on. They'd love to strike early in this one. Long throw in from Jarrell, flicked on by Clark, and it's going to bounce into the waiting arms of Gina Ryan. Ryan, a 2-time all-conference selection in her first 2 seasons at UNC Pembroke, has started all 19 games this year. Leads the Peach Belt Conference in goals against average, shutouts, and save percentage. This is the top defensive team, 12 shutouts this season in their 14 victories. They do not give up goals in very large quantity. Columbus State, a team that scores them at a high rate, though, averaging more than 4.5 goals per match. It's the top number in the entire country. As Pittman defends against Mayo on the near sideline, the ball last touched by the Braves right in front of Lars Anderson and UNC Pembroke's bench. Anderson, the head coach for the Braves, in his 17th season. We have a pair of coaches, one on each sideline, that started their respective programs. Lars Anderson starting the Pembroke program back in 2001. 184 wins for him coming into today. He's won 61% of his games there in Pembroke, North Carolina. Jay Entlick on the opposite sideline in his 14th season at Columbus State. He started the CSU program back in 2004. He has 240 victories coming into today. He has won 80% of his contests as the head man of this Lady Cougar program. These two met in the regular season back on September 23rd in Columbus. It was a scoreless game at halftime, and it was the Braves on a counter attempt that scored the opening goal, getting one in the 60th minute from Alexis Pittman, the leading scorer for the Braves. Columbus State answered back in the 67th minute from Kimmy May, and Olivia Jarrell scored the eventual game winner in the 82nd minute of a 2-1 Columbus State victory. 22nd all-time meeting between these two. As Cassandra Wade works in the middle, Riley Clark, top of the 18, sends it in, and it's deflected down. Defended by Haley Stewart in the middle. Kimmy May, wide left, works it in the attacking third, tripped up, and it's going to be out for a goal kick, and Ryan will have it here early on, 3 minutes into our championship match. 22nd overall meeting between these two, though. The first 21 have gone 17-3-1 for Columbus State. UNC Pembroke's last victory was just 1 year ago in the regular season in Pembroke, North Carolina. The Braves getting an early goal in that contest and hanging on for a 1-0 victory. They also defeated the Lady Cougars in the regular season in 2011 and in 2005, both of those by 1 goal as well. Through ball looking for Spano. Going to wind up on the foot of Senecal Guzman, who sprays it into her own bench, and a Columbus State throw coming up. These two have actually met 7 previous times in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. All 7 of those were Columbus State victories, however, including the lone championship match that UNC Pembroke has been in. That was in 2008, Columbus State winning that one 2-1 in overtime. So this is the second time that these two have met in a conference championship match. Long ball over the top by Brooke Nail, has nobody running after it. It'll be Gina Ryan that'll scoop it up as we move into the 5th minute of action. Again, perfect day, temperature in the upper 70s, just a couple of clouds in the sky. Could not ask for better weather in early November for a championship match. UNC Pembroke, the top defensive team in this conference, allowing just 0.58 goals per game. They've given up just 11 goals this season in 19 matches. Cassandra Wade trying to get on the end of this one, and again it's Stewart coming over from the center back spot to clear it out over the side. When these two met in September, the shots were slanted heavily in Columbus State's favor. It was 26-3. But UNC Pembroke did score on their only shot on target. Gina Ryan on that day made 11 saves for the Braves. This ball bounding around the top of the 18. Cassandra Wade on top, plays for Spano. She's being defended there well by Kate Weisner, who drops it off over the sideline, and again another deep Columbus State throw. You expect Columbus State to be on the attack most of the day. UNC Pembroke has 9 defenders back. Just Alexis Pittman hanging out around midfield as a forward. They'll try to strike on the counter attempt. Counters and set pieces where they're hoping to get it, as that one last touched by Riley Clark, and it'll be a Pembroke goal kick. 14-4-1 for UNC Pembroke this season. 7-2-1 in Peach Belt Conference play. They finished 4th in the Peach Belt this season. The 14 victories are the 3rd most in Pembroke soccer history. They had a season with 19, a season with 16, and they're hoping they can find their way back to the NCAA tournament. A victory today would guarantee that. They would receive the automatic bid from the Peach Belt Conference. A loss and they'll be waiting to watch tomorrow night's selection show. May tries to send it in. It's deflected away by Senecal Guzman and then cleared out over the sideline, and the Lady Cougars will have another throw. Selection show coming up tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Columbus State entered the week as the number 1 team in the Southeast region. UNC Pembroke just on the outside looking in the 7th spot, but they're hoping that their performance in this tournament, regardless of result today, is enough to get them in to next week's Southeast Regional. Anglem into the center for Kimmy May, top of the 18, plays it back to Nail. Columbus State wants to possess, wants to pass on the ground, constantly move and work. Here's Spano from the outside. Crosses into the middle, an early chance for Olivia Gerald, but her touch goes over the net, and the opening shot of the ball game belongs to Columbus State here in minute number 7, but it goes high and up over the net. Olivia Gerald, the target in the middle for Columbus State. 17 goals, 10 assists this season. Her 44 points on the year set a Columbus State single-season record. And she is just 2 goals away from tying the Columbus State single-season goal record, and the same 2 goals would tie her for the career record in just her junior season. No foul in the middle, and here's the counter attempt for the Braves. They try to get it to Pittman out wide on the left. She's got the ball defended by Goodfellow inside the box. Goodfellow, the freshman, wins the ball away and clears it out over the side. The ball actually going to hang out in play, and Spano is going to run it down. That's how UNC Pembroke wants to score today. They'll try to take it away in the midfield, hit Columbus State on the counter attempt. When they do, though, they have to retreat quickly if they don't score because the counter goes the other way as well. Alexis Pittman, the leading scorer, and she was on the ball there inside the 18, but Goodfellow took it off her foot. 9th minute of action from Evans, Georgia, 2017 Peach Belt Conference Women's Soccer Championship. Spano of Columbus State in white, working on the right side. Crosses into the middle, another opportunity. And they're going to say this one last touched by UNC Pembroke, and it'll be a corner for Columbus State, the first of the ball game. Tegan Anglem, the sophomore defender out of Noonan, Georgia, the one that comes over to take the corner from the near side. She is the set-piece specialist for Columbus State. Corners and free kicks belong to her. She is second in the Peach Belt Conference in assists, a lot of them off set pieces. She has 9 of them this season. Kimmy May there short in case they want to play quick. 1 defender blocking, and they will go short. They'll play it back to Anglem, who will set into the center. It's going to be punched away by Ryan, still loose in the box. Finally cleared a little bit to the side that time by the Braves and cleared from danger as that ball bounded in a dangerous spot inside the 6. But Columbus State will have possession back near the midfield stripe. Stacy Scott takes it away from Cassandra Wade, trying to find Alexis Pittman. She's running all by herself. No Pembroke player there to help her, and Madeline Goodfellow will hit it out just over the side. That's the only problem with the Pembroke attack, is there aren't many runners to help Pittman up top. She is fast, though, and has 9 goals this season. Deep throw coming in for the Braves on the far side. They'll put it on the foot of Stacy Scott, set it back, and send it into the middle. Looking over the top, it'll find Weisner in the middle. She'll go in reverse, nearly gives it away, but it's won back on the part of Stevenson. Stevenson playing it out wide for Scott again, top of the 18, right side, stepped off her foot by Kimmy May. Two very different teams stylistically. Columbus State all offense, and they will sacrifice numbers defensively to get numbers forward. UNC Pembroke doing the opposite. They're sacrificing numbers forward to put an extra defender in the back line. Usually a 4-4-2 team, but a group that right now at times is playing with 5 in the back and leaving just 1 forward in Pittman up top, trying to pack the numbers in. It worked for them on Friday against North Georgia. It nearly worked for them in Columbus back in September. They're hoping it works for them here on this November Sunday. Shannon O'Neill playing it long, looking for Pittman again. Goodfellow the first to it, and the first touch for Bria Riancho, the freshman goalkeeper for Columbus State. Riancho out of Largo, Florida. Started every game but the opener for Columbus State in her first season. We work here in the 12th minute of action. Stephen Williams here with you on the Peach Belt Conference Network. Championship Sunday, 2017 Women's Soccer Tournament Championship. Second-seeded Columbus State, trying to win its fourth in a row and eighth tournament championship in 14 years. UNC Pembroke, the fourth seed in this tournament, going for their first ever Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship. Jarrell on the ball at midfield. Good defending from behind that time by Senecal Guzman. Two players that have been all conference 7 times combined in their 7 years of their collegiate career. Kimmy May, the freshman from the left side, dribbling around, has it taken away from her, and it's going to be cleared back to O'Neal. O'Neal has Pittman in front of her again, but Pittman all alone with 5 Columbus State players getting back. Crowd urging her to shoot it from deep. She's not going to. Has it loose at the top of the 18, and Annie Mayo comes over with the help to take it away. It's a tall task for Pittman, who has no help up top to go to, so she has to take the Columbus State back line on all by herself. Tegan Anglem, left side, Columbus State with it now. Clark clears it to the right, and it's taken off the back line by Christine Rolfus. Cleared near the stands. A good chunk of Columbus State supporters right at midfield across the way. The UNC Pembroke crew spread across to our left and right here on the near side of the field. May again has it stepped away from her. Rolfus stepping in one more time. Two sides still trying to feel out the early portion of it. 14th minute of action. Scoreless here. Just one shot on the board. It belongs to Olivia Jarrell of Columbus State. A one-time look from inside about 10 yards, but sprayed it high up over the bar. Annie Mayo from her right back position. This is what you'll watch Columbus State do. The outside backs will move forward. Senecal Guzman took it away, trying to play it forward for Pittman, deflected off the back of Mayo, and right to Brooke Nail for Columbus State. Again, the early goal is important in both fashions. UNC Pembroke would love to get it and settle in defensively. That's how they beat North Georgia on Friday. For Columbus State, they hope an early goal will open UNC Pembroke's defense a little bit in their attacking third. So many black jerseys in that final third right now that Columbus State is attacking towards. Senecal Guzman again with the takeaway. Plays it for Pittman, and Elversdottir steps away the harder touch than she would have liked. Again, it's a possession game for Columbus State. UNC Pembroke looking to defend and attack on the counter. Give and go game 1-2 between Anglem and May. Finds Jarrell looking into the middle for Wade. Wade with a head of steam. Plays it left for Clark. Still so many black jerseys inside that box, though. 5 on the back line, 4 in the midfield. They play it out wide for Spano. She's around the first, around the second. Plays it across the middle, looking for Clark. It's stepped away there by Senecal Guzman. The last line of defense took it away before Clark slid inside the 6 to tap it home. Shannon O'Neal has it taken away from her there at midfield. Elversdottir and Spano pinching together to take it away. They'll try to get it to Clark. She was defended well that time by Katie Ryan. As again, they slide, trying to get it to Pittman, and Goodfellow does a nice job of spying her out over the sideline right in front of the Columbus State bench, down to our left. Scoreless as we roll into minute number 16 here on the Peach Belt Conference Network. Header down to O'Neal. She'll work back towards the center, tries to play it over to Stacy Scott. Scott shields off May, and she'll have possession. Working towards the 18, and Kimmy May slides in to tackle it off the right sideline. And Pembroke will have a throw coming up as Rolfus will walk up from her defender position and toss it in from the far side. Stacy Scott, a big weapon in these situations, 5'10", one of the taller players on the field. They'll throw it over her, though. find the head of Rochelle, back to Rolfus, who sets it top of the 18, and it's won the 50-50 ball by Elversdottir of Columbus State. Spano on it, being defended that time by Weisner. Kicks it out for Clark, and it's last touched by Katie Ryan of UNC Pembroke. Again, if Pembroke doesn't strike quick, they'll work in a hurry to get back and try to get their numbers back in front of the net defensively. Header in the wrong direction for UNC Pembroke. Finds the foot of Gerald to Spano. Spano being defended there in the midfield by Stevenson. Forces it back into the center. Come back out wide right for Mayo. Has Spano to her right, although she'll dribble it inside. Trying to set it to Wade, but Wade defended as Senecal Guzman checked. O'Neal tried to dribble it herself forward, had it taken away, and Elversdottir's on it. Steps inside at the top of the 18, deflected away. Gerald steps around Stevenson, tries to tee up a shot. Stepped away from her. Riley Clark will shoot. It's blocked. Loose for Gerald. Left-footed shot just over the bar. So a little bit of a scramble inside the box that time for UNC Pembroke defensively. It results in Gerald's shot, but left-footed from just outside the penalty spot. Goes high over the bar. A pair of shots there, one blocked and one high. 18th minute now, 3-0, the shots on the board. Still looking for goal number one. Again, when they played in September, it was a scoreless match all the way until the 60th minute. And this is the style that UNC Pembroke would like to play. Gerald works it out wide for Spano. Spano crosses back to the middle, finds Elversdottir. Elversdottir will let rip. It's loose inside the box. Elversdottir's shot is blocked with the left foot. Still not cleared. It's loose. Gerald deflects it to the net. Cassandra Wade on the ball now, patiently looking for where to go with it, and it's finally cleared off the back line by Weisner. The pressure will be never-ending, though, for Columbus State at this rate right now. Mayo up from her right back spot. At the top of the 18, plays wide for Spano. And finally cleared away by Shannon O'Neal, trying to find Pittman, streaking to the end. Again, it's Goodfellow defending. Madeline Goodfellow just following Alexis Pittman everywhere she goes, and that time it scooted under her foot on the pass from Riancho, right to the feet of Jay Entlick on the Columbus State sideline, and UNC Pembroke will get a throw. Ryan will trigger the throw in. It finds the head of Elversdottir. Bounced up into the air. Clark and Ryan will battle for it. It's played to Pittman on the near side. She's defended this time by Mayo. Gets around her. Plays it for O'Neal. O'Neal keeps coming right. This time the shot is going to be fired to the net. It's off the crossbar for the Braves. Still loose in the box. And we're going to have a foul and a penalty kick coming up for UNC Pembroke. Rochelle fired it off the top of the net, off of the bar, and it bounced down and loose in the box. And we're going to have a penalty kick coming up for UNC Pembroke, and they will have the chance to take the early lead that they so strongly desire. Bria Riancho in net. It'll be Christine Rolfus, the junior out of Concord, North Carolina, set to take this penalty kick. UNC Pembroke a chance to strike first here in the championship match. Rolfus to take it. Riancho defending. Referee blows his whistle. Rolfus with the penalty. It is off the hands of Riancho and into the net. UNC Pembroke is on the board first. A penalty kick from Rolfus, and the Braves strike first. That will send the UNC Pembroke fans into a frenzy, and now the task gets more tough if you're Columbus State. Because now you find yourself down against a team that wants to defend. Rolfus on the goal, though, and Columbus State is down to UNC Pembroke on Championship Sunday. Wade looking for Spano. It's deflected in the box. This ball still live. Senecal Guzman heads it out and finally cleared away by Weisner. This is what happened on Friday for UNC Pembroke, though. They got on the board early and defended the rest of the way and held off North Georgia. It's a 20th minute goal. Cross is headed away. It'll be O'Neal that will come out to get it. She'll play it long for Pittman. You can see the trouble that Pittman can cause. Again, because Pittman's the one that drew the penalty kick, but it was the Rochelle shot off the crossbar that really set it up. So it's UNC Pembroke on the board first here in Evans, Georgia, trying for their first PBC championship match. They led 1-0 in Columbus. They lead 1-0 here in Evans. Columbus State trying to answer now on the attack. It's Mayo. Works in the center for Gerald. Gerald plays it forward. Spano a little late on the run, and Ryan's just going to hit it out over the sideline for a throw. Columbus State has not trailed in this Peach Belt Conference tournament. Scored first in both of their matches to this point as Riley Clark flicks it towards the net. The header is by Gerald, and it goes high. They did fall behind first against Georgia College in the regular season finale, a game in which they eventually lost 2-1. So 1-0, 23rd minute of action here from Blanchard Woods Park. UNC Pembroke, mission accomplished for them in the early going. That was get the early goal and then be able to try to hang on from there. Pittman last to touch that one. Braves 14 wins this season. Have been a very good defensive team, and now they'll have 70 minutes to try to make this one goal stand up or go find another. Couple of subs, one from each side at the center flag, waiting to check in at the next stoppage. Elversdottir defended by O'Neal. Plays it back for Mayo. Spano trying to set it for Elversdottir. Defended well that time by Ryan, who urges her teammates and O'Neal to go forward. And it'll be a foul coming up against Columbus State with O'Neal on the ball in the center circle. And again, set pieces and counterattacks. That's where they're going to try to score, and here's an opportunity. Christine Rolfs on the goal. This is Ryan to take the free kick from near midfield. It's touched by Pittman at the top of the 18, cleared out by Spano. Stevenson wins it back for UNC Pembroke, and then Pittman commits a foul just outside the 18, and Columbus State will have it back. They'll work quickly with it, though. Columbus State doesn't want to allow the Braves to have time to set up the defense any more than they already do. Again, we'll watch how the strategy goes from here now with UNC Pembroke on top by an early 1-0 lead. Clark trying to play the touch forward for May. It's one away by Scott. Given back, though, and now Elversdottir on the ball. Has May working left, tries to go that direction, but it's Stacy Scott who's there to clear it out over the sideline. Subs will come in on both sides now. It'll be Katie Watkins, the senior out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, that will come on in place of Shannon O'Neal. First sub for UNC Pembroke. On the opposite side, it's Maddie Peterson, the 5'2 freshman out of Roswell, Georgia, who will come in for Riley Clark. Maddie Peterson was a starter for Columbus State through every game of the regular season. In there now, coming in off the bench as Flo Spano moved into her starting role, and Peterson slotted in more now as a forward in the postseason. Goal kick coming up for Gina Ryan. 5 Columbus State shots at that net. None of them have found the net. 2 the other way, including a penalty kick that scooted in for Christine Rolfs in the 20th minute of action, making this a 1-0 contest. Rolfs sends it long to midfield where Anglem touches it down. Again, it's been a lot of Columbus State possession, but limited looks at the net. Jarrell on the ball, being defended by Watkins, who just subbed in. Peterson, the new sub for Columbus State, plays it for Nail, who clears it over to Elversdottir with some space to work. Anglem, the left back, comes up with Green in front of her, sets for Jarrell. Jarrell tries to go through the legs that time of the defender and is called for the foul. Haley Stewart defending Jarrell that time about 25 yards out of net. Center referee will come talk to the pair there as we close in on 27 full minutes of action here in half number 1. Peach Belt Conference Network, first of 2 matches, championships today here from Evans, Georgia and Blanchard Woods Park. This the women's championship, second-seeded Columbus State, fourth-seeded UNC Pembroke. It is the men's championship coming up at 3:30 this afternoon here in Evans. There's another foul, this one against UNC Pembroke. It'll be Lander and North Georgia in the afternoon session of this one for the men's championship of things. North Georgia getting the victory over Young Harris yesterday. And so the Mountain Lions, a usual championship suspect here in the men's tournament, went down in the semifinal on Friday. Jarrell, a long dribble, finally taken away from her. Nail plays it for Spano. Good ball into the box. The sophomore sends to the middle. Jarrell's shot is deflected. Actually, they're going to say no deflection, and it scoots out wide of the mark. And another goal kick coming up, 6th shot of the game. This one missed wide to the left. Kate Weisner on the ball for the Braves, playing it long for Pittman. Again, Pittman and Goodfellow, the only 2 left there. Riancho came to get it at the last minute and cleared it off of the top of the box. Dangerous territory again there for Columbus State, but now they'll go on the attack. It's Peterson being defended by Senecal Guzman, and it'll be Columbus State's throw by the Braves bench. Jarrell moves all over the field, will come in from the right side and hit a long ball, shot or cross, will sail over the net and into the fencing, and a sub will come on for Columbus State. Kimmy May will come off. It'll be Amanda Murphy, the sophomore out of Winter Springs, Florida, that will come on in her place. Murphy, a starter all of last year defensively, moved into the midfield this year and coming off the bench and has been a spark out of the reserve section for Columbus State. That is one advantage Columbus State will have today. They do go deeper into their bench than UNCP. Lars Anderson has used just 2 players off his bench in this PBC tournament. The majority of his players have gone the full 90 in both games. Spano keeps it in on the near side, playing it long for Peterson. Stewart, the center back, over to defend. A couple of runners in the center as Peterson hits it on the ground. Senecal Guzman there to defend it away and clear it out. Again, there's a lot of black jerseys there. You got to be patient on the ball and creative with your passes. Jarrell's going to tee one up from long distance, a diving attempt, but it scoots again wide left. Another shot for Jarrell, another one, though, off frame. And here we are in minute number 31 with UNC Pembroke still on top, 1-0. Ryan, the goal kick. Jarrell climbs the back that time of Rolfus to head it back in the offensive direction for Columbus State, and it nearly results in an odd-numbered advantage, but it's cleared out over the side. Stewart doing a nice job working from each side of the box to clear balls out. Substitution in for Columbus State, Megan Cottingham, freshman out of Alabaster, Alabama, will come in place of Flo Spano, who will get her first rest of the day. Cottingham will slot up top with Peterson. Gerald will come out wide to the right. Cassandra Wade has it outside left of the box. Dribbles back to the center, finds Murphy. Has it stepped away by Stevenson and cleared long by Rochelle. Goodfellow and Pittman again. It's that same combo. Goodfellow wins the foot race and plays it back to her keeper. 32nd minute here from Evans, Georgia. Stephen Williams with you here on the Peach Belt Conference Network. 2017 Women's Soccer Championship. An automatic berth in next week's NCAA Southeast Regional on the line. UNC Pembroke trying to get to the NCAA tournament for just the third time in program history. They went in 2008, went in 2010, and hoping that 2017 is the year they get back. Columbus State has been to 11 straight NCAA tournaments, including back-to-back Final Fours, and they're all but assured a 12th straight appearance. It's just a matter of will they be the top seed or not. UNC Pembroke with a throw coming up and a sub coming on. Riley Searing, the freshman out of Waxhaw, North Carolina, will come on and replace Kate Weisner. So the senior will get a rest in favor of the freshman. Maddie Peterson around Scott, and Rolfus will knock it off of Peterson over the sideline, and the Braves will have it back. Just two shots in one sequence for UNC Pembroke. A long ball from Rochelle that hit the crossbar, deflected down into the box, and Pittman ended up drawing a penalty kick, a foul in the box. A penalty kick for the Braves. That resulted in a Rolfus goal that Bria Riancho got her hand on, diving left, but it deflected off of her hand and into the side netting. 12 minutes still on the clock here at Blanchard Woods Park. Championship Sunday. Long throw down the far sideline, headed in the Pembroke direction. Columbus State will get on the end and clear it out, though. Goodfellow did. Headed back in the attacking third and finally cleared back to midfield for Cottingham. UNC Pembroke with some numbers not back defensively as Gerald gets to it, but look at Senecal Guzman close ground, and that's why she is a four-time all-conference selection right there. The senior out of Montreal, taking it away from Gerald in a one-on-one setting. And now Gerald going to be called for the foul as she slides in, trying to take it away from Katie Ryan, who wins possession back for the Braves. Senecal Guzman saving a dangerous chance there as it was going to be one-on-one with Gerald and the keeper. Stevenson will come back and take this free kick for the Braves. Bring a midfielder back, don't expose the back line. 11 exactly showing on the scoreboard to our right. 1-0. UNC Pembroke in front as this one's going to be right at the referee, the fourth official, standing at the sideline, and Columbus State will have the throw. 7-2 in the shot column, 1-0 though Pembroke on the scoreboard. Stevenson clears it as far as Gerald. Gerald with Cottingham posting up against Ryan. Gets through her defender there, still working on it. Ryan still defending from behind. Cottingham's trying to work through a double team down by Pittman, who's playing defense now. The Columbus State works out of it. Peterson sets it across the middle for Elversdottir. It's deflected back out onto the foot of Peterson. Peterson being defended by Pittman. A blind cross finds Senecal Guzman, who clears it into her own bench. Searing has moved up now as the lone forward, the lone striker for UNC Pembroke, as Pittman moves back into the midfield to defend and maybe give her a bit of a rest from all the running she's been doing trying to chase down balls up top. This pass from Elversdottir is going to scoot out over the side wide, and the Braves will have a throw in with under 10 to go here in this opening half. This half has gone exactly according to script for UNC Pembroke. An early goal. They're keeping Columbus State's chances to a minimum and trying to go on the counterattack. This is Searing. Brooke Nail coming over to help after she got around Goodfellow. Nail still working with it, and it's going to be a goal kick coming up, last touched by Searing. So it'll go back to Columbus State. Searing with fresh legs that time was able to drive right around Goodfellow. Brooke Nail had to come over and help it out. Cassandra Wade, center third, working across the midfield stripe for Mayo. Again, it's 9 black jerseys for UNC Pembroke defending in the final third here as Senecal Guzman, as they've done all game, just plays it out over the side. They want to keep things compact. They don't want the game to open up. They've done a good job of it so far for more than 35 minutes. That one chested down by Pittman. Back to Mayo. Mayo playing it forward. Too much for Gerald, who wasn't on the move yet. And Ryan will have it for a goal kick. .8:20 on the clock as we work here in the 37th minute of action. Blanchard Woods Park, Evans, Georgia, your home of the Peach Belt Conference Championships. Men's match to follow at 3:30 today, Lander and North Georgia. So be sure to stick around for the second half of today's doubleheader. Elversdottir playing over the top for Gerald. She got behind Pittman, who fell down. Gerald sends it into the middle across the face of net. It's too strong. Murphy will run it down in the far corner. Defended by Rolfus. And it's going to go out over the side, last touched by Murphy. The goal for Columbus State is not to get frustrated after falling in a hole with this Pembroke defense. It happened to North Georgia on Friday. The Pembroke defense frustrated the Nighthawks and was able to withstand every punch North Georgia threw at it. They'll try to do the same again today after they score in the 20th minute of action on a penalty kick. Mayo into the center, Elversdottir. Stevenson defending there. They'll go out wide, trying to get it to Anglem, but the pressure of Scott is going to force her to back off of it, and it'll scoot out over the sideline. Under 7 here in half number 1. UNC Pembroke looking to keep the momentum in their favor before they head off to the locker room for the halftime. Elversdottir and Murphy working there. Rochelle pressured the ball. CSU will switch the field, come back to the right side. Just 2 shots for UNC Pembroke, but just 7 for Columbus State, which is a low number for a team that came in averaging better than 23 shots per match. And it does look like they are getting a little bit frustrated on the offensive side of the field right now. A couple of subs for the Lady Cougars at the next opportunity. Searing has her pass deflected by Nail, settles with Wade. Wade for Elversdottir. Was able to get it through Rolfus, but not beyond Haley Stewart, who was the second line of defense. And now it's 2 Braves working against 4 defenders, trying to find Searing, but Goodfellow stepped it away before she could get there. Those are the chances that UNC Pembroke's going to gamble with, trying to get them on the counter with long balls played up the top. Cottingham gets on it. 5 defenders still back, though. Not numbers here for Columbus State. Peterson comes to get it. Peterson working into the center, plays it for Nail. CSU looking a little sluggish on the offensive end. Slow legs at the moment. Nail being defended by Pittman, and Pittman takes it away, and now this is a dangerous counter attempt. Pittman, the best goal scorer on this team, and her clearance is deflected out wide and over the line by Peterson. Subs coming in on both sides now. Courtney Boger, the senior out of Mooresville, North Carolina, will come in. Her first action in this tournament. So she will come in Two subs on the opposite side for Columbus State, Kelly Hendricks and Casey Couch, in place of Annie Mayo, who gets a rare breather, and Cassandra Wade. Couch will slide in as the right back now defensively. Kelly Hendricks, the freshman out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, will move into an attacking midfield position. Cottingham on the ball for Columbus State again. Constant double teams, though, from this Pembroke defense. Trying to find it for Boger up top. Boger now operating as the lone striker. Searing dropped into this four-person midfield for the Braves. Cottingham, the pass a little off target. Rolfus took it away and pushes it out wide. 4:10 on the clock. That's all that's left here in the opening half of action. Stephen Williams here with you on the Peach Belt Conference Network. Championship Sunday from Evans, Georgia. 20th minute goal for the Braves on a penalty kick. The difference in this one so far. Columbus State with a lot of possession, limited dangerous opportunities though. Casey Couch on the ball for Columbus State, into the center for Peterson. Peterson with some space to operate. She'll send it into the middle. It found the foot of Hendricks and was deflected away. Hendricks couldn't contain it, couldn't keep it at the top of the box. Otherwise, she would have a clear look at net, and instead it was deflected down and into the arms of Gina Ryan. Good cross that time from Peterson. Hendricks couldn't settle it, though. Peterson trying to get to that one on a slide. Wound up on the foot of the Braves defender, but Searing gives it away in the middle, lost her footing. 50-50 ball. Cleared out by Rolfus as we go under 3 to play. Again, the name of the game is get to the halftime at 1-0 if you're UNC Pembroke. Keep the momentum on your side, get to the locker room, get some rest, recharge the batteries, and come out for 45 more. Cottingham working in reverse. Searing took it away from her. It's deflected back towards the box, though. Nail will take a long shot and a one-hop high bounce for Gina Ryan. Player down in the center of the field for UNC Pembroke on that goal kick, so they're going to stop the clock at 2:13. It looks like Searing that is down in the middle. A sub at the flag, Jillian Robson, as the trainer will come out and check on Searing. The freshman will hobble over to the UNC Pembroke bench. Will be Robson that will come in. The junior out of Huntersville, North Carolina, will come in and work on the right side of the midfield. As Columbus State will get it back off of the injury time that was taken. 2:05 still left here until halftime. Columbus State searching for what Jay Entlick refers to as a Big Five goal. One of the final 5 minutes of the half. Hendricks on it, looking to cross from the right side. It's deflected. Peterson's shot from 10 yards out is high over the bar, and it'll be back in the hands of Gina Ryan for a goal kick. Nine shots now for Columbus State as we go under 90 seconds remaining in this first half. Long throw from Couch, hit off of Cottingham, and it will belong to UNC Pembroke, closing in on the 1 minute mark. Again, the Braves searching for tournament championship number 1 in their program's history, as this foul on Gerald will allow more clock to roll as we hit the 1 minute mark.
1 minute remaining in the first half of play.
Braves in no hurry to take it. It's Senecal Guzman that will come up from her defensive spot to take this. Clock counting down at 40 seconds. Long ball headed down by Elversdottir. Peterson flicks it on, looking for Cottingham. Not bad numbers if they get it contained. They're unable to, though. Stevenson knocked it down in the midfield. Finds it with Rochelle with under 30 to go, and Rochelle is just going to clear it out over the side, and Columbus State's going to have to hurry if they want to strike here. Under 20 seconds to go. Anglem works it quickly to Goodfellow. Back to Anglem, down to 15 seconds. The 10-second countdown will start shortly. Nail looking for the late equalizer here in this first half. This is Elversdottir. They're going to have to launch into the center, looking for Cottingham. It's deflected away by Rolfus. And UNC Pembroke is going to take a 1-0 lead into the locker room at halftime. UNC Pembroke, the 4th seed, trying to pull their second consecutive upset in this tournament. And it was Christine Rolfus in the 20th minute with a penalty kick drawn by Alexis Pittman that tucked it in off the hands of Bria Riancho and into the side netting. And that shot is the difference in this half so far, 1-0. UNC Pembroke on top of Columbus State. 9-2 the differential in shots. Columbus State had the only corner of the match. A couple of saves so far for Gina Ryan through 45 minutes. So 45 minutes in the books. It's UNC Pembroke on top at the break. 1-0 here on Championship Sunday. Braves lead Columbus State here on the Peach Belt Conference Network.
Feel the magic in the air, aïe, levez les mains en l'air, allez, allez, allez. Feel the magic in the air, aïe, levez les mains en l'air, allez, allez, allez. Feel the magic in the air, aïe, levez les mains en l'air, allez, allez, allez. Feel the magic in the air, aïe, levez les mains en l'air, allez, allez, allez. Feel the magic in the air, levez les mains en l'air, allez, allez, allez. Feel the magic in the air.
is where Rolfus put it in. Those are the only 2 shots so far for the Braves. 9 on the opposite side for Columbus State, but only 2 of them have required a save from Gina Ryan in goal for UNCP. Braves will have the opening kickoff here in the second half. They'll start the exact same way as they did to start the contest. Pittman, Scott, Weisner, Stevenson, Rochelle, O'Neill, Stewart, Rolfus, Ryan, Senecal Guzman, and Gina Ryan in the back. For Columbus State, the only change from their starting lineup will be at right back. Casey Couch, the junior from Loganville, Georgia, will start at right back in place of Annie Mayo here in the second half. It's O'Neill and Stevenson over the ball in the center circle. UNC Pembroke will be going left to right now as you're looking at it with a 1-0 lead. Columbus State right to left in the home white uniforms, navy numerals. UNC Pembroke in the all black, gold trim, white numerals. Lineup on the field for Columbus State, though. Olivia Gerald, Riley Clark up top. It'll be Flo Spano, Kimmy May, and Cassandra Wade, the 3 up top of the midfield. The holding mids will be Elver's Daughter and Nail. And then across the back line, Couch, the substitution in, along with Goodfellow, the center back, and Anglam on the left side. Bria Riancho in the goal, and she'll have the first touch of this one after the kickoff is sent out over the goal line. 45 minutes for UNC Pembroke to try to find its first Peach Belt Conference Tournament championship. They've been here once before. Back in 2008, they lost to this Columbus State team 2-1 in overtime. They're hoping that today is the day they get to be the ones to hoist the trophy and lock up, more importantly, the NCAA tournament automatic bid from the Peach Belt Conference. Columbus State trying to find its 4th consecutive Peach Belt Conference Tournament championship. That's never been done in women's soccer in Peach Belt Conference history. They're trying to become the first. Goodfellow steps the ball away, trying to get the pass to Pittman, where the Braves. That's the way they played in the first half. 9 back, Pittman up top, long balls to their freshman forward, trying to connect on the end and get a counterattack going. They swapped out forwards a couple of times, putting different players up top, but that was the game plan throughout. This is Spano driving across the top of the box, trying to get it to Elver's Daughter. It's cleared away there. Again, when you get into the final 25 yards, things get very compact and very difficult if you're Columbus State's offense, because there are so many black jerseys standing in the way. 9 first-half shots. You wouldn't classify very many of them, though, as dangerous looks for Columbus State, as May wins that one away from Stevenson. A foul against the Braves, and this will be a dangerous spot for Columbus State early in the second half to attempt this free kick from. Going to be from about 25 or so yards out, a little off-center, left side. Tegan Anglam, the one that will come over and take it. Anglam with the right foot hits a low driver. Stevenson wins it with her head. It's deflected off the shoulder of Rochelle, still loose around the box, and finally cleared out over to the far side of the field, where Casey Couch will watch it scoot over the end line. So again, as compact as it is in the run of play, it's compact again there on the set piece as Wade tries to bump the throw towards the corner, deflected out wide. Senecal Guzman does a nice job to play it out over there, and Spano the last to touch it. UNC Pembroke will have it back. Second tournament championship appearance for UNC Pembroke. This is the 11th for Columbus State. Columbus State winners of 3 straight. They've won 7 of them overall, trying for number 8. Wade in the middle has it taken away from her by Rochelle, who again, this is the play. Take it away, clear it long. Take it away, clear it long. And so far, so good through 49 minutes of action. This is O'Neill, and now they'll try to counter. The numbers are 2 on 3. And the touch a little strong from Shannon O'Neill. Goodfellow comes up to take it away. Pittman was the forward there racing down the far side with Couch, the only defender, back with her. They try to catch you on the counter and go. Clark plays it to May, left side now. May steps to the end line around Stewart. Ball gets all the way through the top of the 18 for Nail. Nail steps inside, steps in again, right-footed shot, and it's going to be smothered, that time by Gina Ryan. Clean look that time for Brooke Nail, who dribbled around a couple of defenders on the play, but the shot winds up in the arms of Ryan on the dive, and it keeps this a 1-0 contest. Columbus State will have to work it side to side to try to loosen the strings a little bit on that back line. They're going to have some good individual efforts over the ball as well, as Nail did there, stepping around a couple of defenders. This will be a foul against Olivia Jarrell. Haley Stewart, who has been on her majority of the day so far, does a nice job there to win the foul and win possession back. UNC Pembroke won 1-0 over Georgia College on Tuesday. Won 1-0 over North Georgia on Friday. And now they're trying to see if they can find another. They'd gladly accept another 1-0 over Columbus State today. That was a foul against UNC Pembroke called by our center referee. So the Lady Cougars of Columbus State with the possession back. This is Casey Couch driving into the middle. Her cross is deflected and finally cleared. Gets over the head of Pittman, and it's back to Goodfellow. Goodfellow gives it up, though, and now Pittman on the ball in the center circle. Taken away to Rochelle. Just Pittman forward for this long ball that's coming, and she cannot get to it down the near side as Anglam's going to play it back into the center. Riley Clark's header, though, goes out over the side, and the Braves have it back. 1-0 the score. We work in minute number 51. Stephen Williams here with you on the Peach Belt Conference Network. 2017 Peach Belt Conference Women's Soccer Championship. The 2 and the 4 seed going head-to-head right now. Columbus State the 2, UNC Pembroke the 4. The Braves struck first in September in the regular season matchup, although that was a second-half goal, a 60th minute strike on a counter attempt from Alexis Pittman. Today, it's a 20th minute strike on a penalty kick drawn by Pittman, scored by Rolfus. In September, Columbus State put 2 goals on the board in the final 25 minutes to steal the victory away. UNC Pembroke hoping their result holds up the same way it did in the 2016 regular season when they scored early in Pembroke, North Carolina, and made the 1 goal hold up in a 1-0 victory on that afternoon. 11-2 now. The differential in shots, again, in the regular season, it was 26-3, but it was just a 2-1 game. It's a name of efficiency as Stacey Scott wins the ball on the near sideline, clears it into the middle, though, gives it away. Flo Spano, the sophomore, inserted into the starting lineup for this PBC tournament, dribbles into the middle, finds Elversdottir. International connection for the Lady Cougars. Trying to get the ball over the top. Riley Clark was making the run, but it's Senecal Guzman who's so good with the ball in the air that headed it away from danger. It's the benefit of having a 5'8" player back there in the back. Bigger than the majority of the forwards CSU will throw out there. Scott again is going to launch this one into the Columbus State bench over that sideline. They're not worried about the deep throws. They just want the ball out of play. Willing to clear regardless of location. Clark heads it into the center. This ball's loose, top of the 18. Elversdottir strikes one towards the net. Ryan's going to come up and pick it up out of the air and get set to punt it away. The attack in the second half will pick up even stronger for Columbus State as they chase a goal now here in the final 45 minutes. We'll see how UNC Pembroke handles it defensively. This is Pittman trying to work solo here. And that ball is blasted off of her feet by Madeline Goodfellow, who will work quickly to get it back into play. CSU plays it dangerously across the defensive box for them, but they can afford to do that at times, although they give this one away to O'Neal. O'Neal tries to strike with the left foot, and she kind of stubbed her toe, and it worked out to her advantage because Brooke Nail, tracking her from behind, ran over her. Had she gotten the shot off, it probably would have not resulted in a collision. Instead, kind of stubbed her toe into the ground and results in a collision that's going to set up a dangerous free kick chance from just outside the 18. It'll be off center, left side slightly. Rolfus is up to take it. A second goal would be humongous for the Braves. It's launched straight into the wall for a second time, and the clearance by Couch hits off Rolfus and taken out. So 2 strikes right into the Columbus State wall, and the Lady Cougars will get it back. Dangerous chance there for UNC Pembroke, results in just their 3rd shot attempt of the match. Again, they want to hit you when you give it away. You give it away, they're going to push, and that's what happened there. Rolfus in a foot race with May. It's deflected off of the Columbus freshman. Cleared back, given to Wade. Wade into the center. Riley Clark is hunting it. Has it cleared away. Right to Wade. It's still loose. Wade for May now. May into the center of the box. Kind of blindly crossed that one in. Nobody making a run. And instead, Columbus State has it back. May has it on her feet. Left side, near sideline. Rolfus defending. She goes to the end line, works around her. Chips it to the back post. Spano too tall for her. The shot attempt saved off the line from Brooke Nail and finally cleared out. It got around Gina Ryan, and UNC Pembroke with the clearance off the line from the defender. Dangerous chance there, but it's still in this possession for Columbus State. This is Anglem on it. Anglem into the middle. Too tall for Clark. Knocked down for Spano, whose shot is deflected, and that's going to be a Columbus State corner. So here comes the Columbus State barrage. As they'll have their 3rd corner kick attempt of the match coming up. It'll be Tegan Anglem from the far side. Anglem set to fire it in with the left foot. 33 and change to go here in the second half. Swinging to the near post, headed around. Spano knocks it up in the air. Still headed at the top of the 18 and cleared out by Rochelle. They'll fight off the effort here. This is what the second half looked like on Friday, but UNC Pembroke withstood all of the attacking chances from North Georgia. Spano has her cross deflected down. Weisner over there fighting with her in the corner, and Spano's going to earn the throw in. Long throw headed right back at Casey Couch. Weisner will clear it out over the line again, and they'll try it once more. 58th minute of action here from Evans, Georgia, and the Blanchard Woods Soccer Complex. Couch is going to hit this one towards the net. High ball, tracking towards the bar, scoots over the top of it, and harmlessly falls behind the net. Gina Ryan hasn't been forced to make but just 3 saves in this one. Had a ball get by her just a couple of minutes ago, but saved off the end line by her defensive cohorts. Stacy Scott sliding up into the forward position, and Columbus State called for the foul. Again, it's 1-on-4 back there. They draw the foul, though. Foul called against Columbus State will give the Braves a free kick. It'll be right at the bottom of the C of the PBC logo in the center circle. Rolfus to take it. Everybody stacked atop the 18. She slips in the center circle as this one's headed towards net. Flicked on, but nobody there making a run to go get it. And Riancho will just scoop it up on the bounce. Set pieces and counters. That's where UNC Pembroke strikes. They've worked it one time already for a goal. A second from UNC Pembroke would make the task very difficult for Columbus State with how many numbers are back for the Braves. Lady Cougars are hoping to find the equalizer and then get things back to level. Anglem to trigger in the long throw. Rolls it to Clark. Back to Anglem, who looks to send it into the middle. Right-footed cross across the top of the 18. Hit down by Stevenson, cleared by Pittman. Stacy Scott's operating as the solo forward now. Double teamed to Goodfellow and Elversdottir, and Columbus State will win it back. 2/3 of the way through here at Blanchard Woods Park. 1-0, fourth-seeded UNC Pembroke searching for PBC Tournament Championship #1. Spano saves it in bounds, hunting to the middle, and it's deflected over by Stewart. Over to the near side. CSU creeping closer to the net, but nothing to show just yet. Couch takes the deflection. She'll strike from the right side. Gerald sets it for Spano. Spano's cross into the middle, over the head of Wade, and caught out of the air by Ryan. Lars Anderson puts his hands in the air and says, slow it down. Offensive attack is strong from Columbus State, but UNC Pembroke's defense has been very stingy all year long. Senecal Guzman looking for the clear to the midfield for Rochelle. Rochelle deflects it on, but it finds a white jersey. Anglem into the middle for Clark. Clark trying to set it over to Nail. Good pressure from behind. O'Neal trying to set it up for Stacy Scott. And Brooke Nail did a good job recovering to take that one away before Pembroke got off to the races. Pittman trying to settle it down. She will. She's got Scott in front of her. She's going to play forward for her teammate. It got through Scott, though, being defended by Goodfellow. Riancho winds up with it. Will fatigue play a factor in this one? Again, a lot of these Braves have played all 180 minutes prior to today of this tournament, including 90 tough ones on Friday against North Georgia, who played a similar attack to what Columbus State is as far as the pressure is concerned. Do they have enough in the tank to finish this one off? Elversdottir has it taken away from her by Pittman, but a foul coming up on the near sideline committed by Carly Rochelle will give Columbus State back possession with a free kick. How long can these defenders last? Can they withstand the pressure? They were good on Friday, and they've been good so far through 62 minutes. 28 long ones still to go. Casey Couch, right side, dribbling into the middle. Plays it for Nail, sets it for Wade. Wade for Gerald. Gerald unopposed. Her shot is saved by Ryan. That was the movement they needed to get it with, and Gerald wound up with it on her foot inside 12 yards, and Gina Ryan makes a good save. Those are the ways that Columbus State's going to have to open play up and work quickly with one-touch passes to try and get through this Pembroke defense. Elversdottir dribbles inside of a defender. Stevenson comes over to take it away. Wade wins it back. Anglem looking for somewhere to serve it. Instead goes into the middle. Elversdottir, 30 yards out, straight on, will hit a low shot. Ryan nearly lost her footing there in the net, but falls on top of it. Footing not great for the goalkeepers here inside the mouth of the goal. You can tell the discoloration out there from the angle you're looking at it at. A lot of sand, a lot of dirt right there where the goalkeeper hangs out inside that 6-yard box. Gerald comes back, wins it away from Ryan. Still fighting for it right in the center. Gerald still working and finally taken away by the double team. And Gerald coming back to try to win it again is called for the foul, and I believe she's going to be booked at this moment. They've stopped the clock. Our center referee has, and is going to put the yellow card in the air. So Olivia Gerald, the top goal scorer for Columbus State, called for the foul and given the yellow card here in the 64th minute of action. .26:06 on the clock on the scoreboard to our right. Free kick chance, this one on the defensive side of midfield for the Braves. Rolfus to take it again. Everybody once more lined up right around the top of the 18 in black. This one's going to wind up short of that. Cassandra Wade wins the header. 50-50 ball, won by Wade in the middle. And now Columbus State has a 1-on-2 with Gerald. Gerald gets around Senecal Guzman, who deflects the ball out over the end line, and a corner kick coming up. So Columbus State hits with the counter attempt there. And before the corner kick comes, a sub on both sides. It'll be Megan Cottingham for Columbus State. Katie Watkins for UNC Pembroke. Olivia Gerald will come off. They'll give her a breather after the card. Shannon O'Neill, the one that will come off for the Braves. Tegan Anglem to take the corner here for Columbus State from the near side. This one with the right foot. They'll play it short for Spano. Spano dribbles, looks to center it in. It's knocked down by Elversdottir, but a little wide for her, deflected over the end line. And it's back in possession of the Braves with 25 minutes to go. The longer this goes, the deeper the game gets, the more pressure starts to mount on this Columbus State offense. Again, the top scoring offense in the entire country. Over 4.5 goals per match. Scoreless here through 65 minutes. It took them 67 to solve UNC Pembroke in the regular season. Kimmy May found the equalizer in the 67th minute to tie things up at 1, and then Olivia Gerald with the game winner in the 82nd minute. UNC Pembroke hoping that's not the case today. Off the head of Weisner, Columbus State will keep it in their possession on the far side. Again, the Braves of UNC Pembroke not only looking for the tournament championship for the first time, but also that automatic bid so they don't have to sweat out Selection Monday coming up. This ball into the box. Cottingham hits it towards the net, but it's out over the line, and the Braves will have it back. They went to the tournament in 08, win in 10, thought they had a good shot at it last year, and Selection Monday was a disappointment for them. A win today, and they won't even have to sweat it out tomorrow. It'll be a matter of seeding, not if they get in. This ball chipped towards the end line. Cottingham in a race with Senecal Guzman to get there. Guzman does a nice job of shielding off the freshman forward. And it's right back to Ryan. But the game right now hanging in this half, in this attacking third, and nowhere else. 16-3 now. The difference in shots. UNC Pembroke with the lead, though, in the one column that matters. Rolfus clears from the back line. Stacy Scott heads it on, but she has no one to head it to. She's the lone striker at the moment for Lars Anderson and the Braves. So far, for 67 minutes, this strategy has worked for them. Got the early goal, continue to sit in, see if you can frustrate Columbus State and withstand every chance they're going to take. So far, so good. Casey Couch heading it to the corner. Cottingham again going to hunt it. Senecal Guzman again on the shield. UNC Pembroke will live with this all day long. No chances at net here in the last minute or so. Throw coming up for Columbus State at midfield as they again just continue to send the ball out over the side. Substitution coming in before the throw for Columbus State. It'll be Maddie Peterson as CSU is going to throw numbers forward because this will be an offensive sub in place of a holding mid. Peterson will slide in, add numbers forward. Brooke Nail will get a rest. Jay Etlick hunting the goal. He needs the one here to tie the match up. Then he can figure it out from there. Headed down, bouncing near the corner. Columbus State's going to have it again on a throw. This one deep in their own territory. 21-15 on the clock here in Evans, Georgia. Peach Belt Conference Championship match. Couch launches it in. Clark got a head on it. Finds Wade. Wade to the center. No one there to tap it home. Kimmy May with it loose. She hits it towards the net. But again, too many jerseys in the way. That ball sat near the penalty spot for a long time before May was able to get over there. Hanging in the balance for the Braves. 70th minute of action now. Couch into the center. Headed down by Stewart. Rochelle can't clear it. Finds Anglem. Anglem to Peterson. Pittman gambled. Peterson dribbling along the top of the 18. Sets it for Wade. Wade couldn't contain it. And now on the run, this is Katie Ryan. Ryan trying to set it up for Stacy Scott. Now she's one-on-one with Goodfellow. Defense is now retreating, trying to find her. And Scott is just going to fire from 30 yards out. And it bounces on a couple of hops into the arms of Ryan. 20 minutes to go now. There's your counter attempt. That long clearance by Senecal Guzman that time, all the way back to Riancho, who's now outside the 18-yard box. Playing well out above it, starting the offensive attack. Cottingham sets it for Spano. Spano right side, being defended by Ryan and Wisner. Trying to sprint down the sideline, gets around both defenders, and it's going to be slid out, and Spano hit it out over the line. Substitution will come on for UNC Pembroke. Courtney Boger, the senior, will come back in. She'll slot in up top. Stacy Scott will get a rest after she ran a lot up top. Scott played 82 minutes on Friday, 156 of them for her in the 2 matches of this tournament so far before today. Wade heads it down for Riley Clark. Clark to Peterson. Peterson trying to find Kimmy May, who can't gather it, and Ryan's going to scoop it up before May gets to it. Down under 19 minutes to go. UNC Pembroke trying to find the upset for the second straight match. They did it on Friday, took down top-seeded North Georgia. Trying to do it here on Sunday against second-seeded and 10th-ranked Columbus State. They got to survive another 18 and a half minutes. This one playing out similarly to the way their victory went on Friday. They have 12 shutouts this season of their 14 victories. They're trying to make it 13 out of 15. Elver's daughter going to play wide for Couch. Couch driving forward. Couch into the center, trying to get it out wide for Spano. Pass not strong enough, and Katie Ryan has it streaking forward. Has Boger out in front, tries to play it down the far side rather to get it to Boger. She'll play it back, find Watkins. Watkins will play it back to Ryan. Those two play a give-and-go game, and now there's a few numbers forward here for UNC Pembroke, but that pass is not good. It's out over the sideline, and it'll belong back to Columbus State with subs coming in. Shannon O'Neill will come back after a brief rest for the Braves. Watkins will come back out. Riley Clark will get a rest, as will Flo Spano for Columbus State. Amanda Murphy and Kelly Hendricks in white for the Lady Cougars. 17 and change left on the clock here in Evans, Georgia. Peach Belt Conference Championship match. Don't forget, we have a men's championship to come up at 3:30 this afternoon. Lander and North Georgia will be the second half of your championship Sunday. Peterson sets it for Anglem. The left back sends it forward for Wade. It gets through her legs. She gets back on it, though. Finds Cottingham. Cottingham can't get it past Senecal Guzman, and it's cleared into the Lady Cougar bench. They've gotten it inside the box, have the Lady Cougars, a couple of times here in this half, but have not been able to settle to get strong enough shots off. Haven't forced much out of Gina Ryan so far. 16 shots, only 5 saves. This is Hendricks' right side. Hendricks' cross is deflected, and that'll go out over the sideline. A lot of deep throws, but not much to show for it for Columbus State so far. Casey Couch to trigger it again as we close in on 16 minutes to play. The clearance stays in the attacking half, but it's touched too strong by Elversdottir. It'll go out over the line, and UNC Pembroke will let some precious time tick away before they toss this one in with under 16 to go. Giving it right back, though, is O'Neal. Failed to corral it there to herself. And a sub coming on for Columbus State. Olivia Gerald got the brief rest after the yellow card, and now she will come back on and play up top for the Lady Cougars in place of Megan Cottingham. Again, Gerald's the second leading scorer in the Peach Belt Conference at 17 goals this season. Did not have one on Friday in the victory over Flagler. Does not have one today. She's on the ball here, though, with Senecal Guzman. Again, Gerald playing on a yellow card, though, so it should slow some of her defensive efforts. Peterson launches a cross in that's deflected. Wade back to goal, top of the 18. Back to Peterson. Peterson left for Anglem. Anglem crosses with the right foot, headed away by Stewart. O'Neal hunted by Hendricks, and O'Neal forces it out. Pembroke section on the far side trying to chant and keep their Braves in this ball game. May off to Peterson just outside that box. Cleared away. Elversdottir gets possession back. Again, there's very little possession for the Braves as they just sit in defensive mode. Hendricks, right side, defended by Katie Ryan. Dribbles to the inline, crosses into the center, finds Gerald. Gerald can't control it quick enough to get the quick shot off. You have to be quick on your feet right now. Wade will send it in and gets over Murphy. Finds Anglem inside the box, left side. Got around Pittman, and her right-footed shot is right into the waiting hands of Gina Ryan. The shots keep coming. Nothing finding the net, though. O'Neal with Boger to her right, and O'Neal just loses her footing with Goodfellow defending there and gives it away. She's able, the midfielder is, to come back and get it, though, wins it back, and now a foul coming up against Goodfellow as O'Neal just looks exhausted over there. The sophomore out of Statesville, North Carolina, has been a little hobbled in this match and slow to move around over there, but able to win the foul, and now a free kick opportunity. They'd love to have Stacy Scott in here, but she's standing at the center flag, set to check in. She's the tallest player that they have on the field at 5'10", but she is not out there at the moment, getting ready to sub. Stevenson will hit this free kick from the far sideline. Goodfellow, unopposed, heads it, but it's going to result in a corner. It went the wrong way off her head. Substitution coming in now. Scott comes back. Boger sits down. Should be the last push here for Pembroke. Murphy and Hendricks come off for Columbus State. Clark and Spano back in. Corner kick coming for UNC Pembroke is just their first of the match. Hits it right into the center. It's a good one. Punched away by Riancho. It winds up back on the foot of O'Neal, though. O'Neal stepped away from behind. Referee says no foul. And now Pembroke has its numbers up a little bit, and this foul will be against UNC Pembroke and Carly Rochelle, as Maddie Peterson and Rochelle each have their collision and fall to the turf. Columbus State's going to play quick with it, though, as both players get up a little gimpy. This is Gerald in the center of the field trying to make something happen. 1-0, UNC Pembroke up. This is Gerald into the center for Clark. Gets it on the give and go. Gerald, the shot didn't put much on it, and it's scooped up by Ryan. Pembroke trying to hang on. They've got 11 minutes and change left to go. It's all that stands between they and their first PBC tournament championship. Wade off for Peterson. Peterson with O'Neal trailing her. Surveying the defense. Tries to find Spano. It's cleared back to Wade. Wade for Elversdottir. Defense packed in tight as Peterson launches it to the middle. It's going to be cleared as far as Gerald. She's loose in the box. Back to Wade, top of the 18. Patiently comes out wide left with it. Anglem chips it far side. It goes off the head of Spano in the wrong direction, and Casey Couch will have to reset things. Couch centers it back into the middle for Clark. Clark touches it down to Wade. Wade to Peterson. Peterson defended by Weisner, and it's kicked out over the sideline by Katie Ryan. They center it up for the middle. This is Elversdottir, top of the 18. They have to react quickly, though. Not enough time to sit on it. And Tegan Anglem's shot from 20 is a rolling one right on the ground, and Ryan with easy scoops right now as you're down to 22 shots now for Columbus State to just 4 for UNC Pembroke. But it doesn't matter. The one that matters is the one on the scoreboard in the goal column for the Braves. A penalty kick from Rolfus in the 20th minute. Gerald hunting this one. Senecal Guzman shielding off, and it's going to be out for a goal kick. And Senecal Guzman down in the far corner as they'll stop the clock with 9:14 to go, as it looks like she's cramping as they'll try to stretch out the caps. That's the question for UNC Pembroke, is the fatigue factor. They had only played 13 players in their first 2 matches of this Peach Belt Conference tournament, including the majority of them going the distance on Friday. Senecal Guzman's played every minute of this entire season for the Braves, and they try to stretch her out on the far side of the field with 9:14 to go. Columbus State stays on its attack. Gerald had possession momentarily, lost it. It goes back to Elversdottir. Sliding into the attacking third. Elversdottir working with Rochelle. Shields her off, plays it wide for Anglem. All 10 black jerseys back there now as Wade keeps it in play on the goal line. They'll play it back to Anglem. The left back swings it into the center. It's cleared the wrong way. May heads it back in. Wade back to the box at the 6-yard line. Still loose in there. Too much congestion, and it's cleared off the 6. Elversdottir keeps it in play. Couch, right side. Stepped away from her. Spano has it stepped out. Long throw headed away by Katie Ryan. 8 minutes to go as Stacy Scott got on the end of this one. It's Scott all alone with 5 defenders now as Peterson, Elversdottir, Couch, and Goodfellow are there, and it's Maddie Peterson that takes it away. Again, though, UNC Pembroke just wants to run some time off this clock. Columbus State has not been shut out this season. They're being shut out so far. Elversdottir's shot from distance is high. '83rd minute of action. Second-seeded Columbus State down 1 to fourth-seeded UNC Pembroke. Again, it'll belong to the Lady Cougars of Columbus State, though, as UNC Pembroke just continues to hit it out over the sideline. 7 minutes left on the clock here in our first championship match. Couch sends it into the center. Over the head of Wade, Senecal Guzman got on the end of it. Headed it out, O'Neal winds up on it. Being defended by Gerald. And it's going to be a foul against Gerald's defending on that sideline. And UNC Pembroke will let more time tick off as Rolfus will go over to send this free kick forward. Substitution coming on for the Braves with 6:20 to go. Katie Watkins will come back. Shannon O'Neal, who looks just gassed, is going to come off. Six to go here at Blanchard Woods Park. A big hung from Lars Anderson for Shannon O'Neal, who hobbles to the sideline. UNC Pembroke trying to work this ball to the corner. It's out of the reach, though, of Weisner. And we've got a stoppage again for another Columbus State sub as Brooke Nail is going to come on in place of Casey Couch. .530. Columbus State still hunting the equalizer. UNC Pembroke trying to pitch the shutout. Anglam's pass stepped away by Rolfus. Brooke Nail, who just came back in, called for the foul against Rolfus. Again, every time they give it up, more time rolls off this clock. It's down to the final 5 minutes of regulation here. Again, it's the first Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship for UNC Pembroke if they can finish the final 5 minutes. Again, no attempt there at trying to keep possession. Just kick it down and let clock roll and force Columbus State to go the full 120 yards of this field. Elversdottir directing traffic across the PBC logo. Spano, right side, works back into the middle for Elversdottir. Again, 5-man back line here for the Braves as this one gets past Pittman. May can save it on the sideline. She does, but Pittman's going to clear it back to midfield. Down to 4:15 to go. Columbus State looking for the late equalizer to force potential overtime. UNC Pembroke has had the recipe for 86 minutes. They have 4 left to go. Anglam finds Clark, shields off Rochelle, gives it to Wade. Wade towards the center again. Offensive third here for the senior, trying to become the first player in Peach Belt history to win 4 PBC tournament championships. Spano gets around Weisner. Katie Ryan waiting for her, though, right there as Spano hits the deck, and Ryan's just going to run more clock off. And now you're going to have a ball go off the sideline. It'll belong to UNC Pembroke as the clock runs at 3:20. Again, UNC Pembroke, a victory would be an automatic bid into next week's NCAA tournament. That's what's on the line here. Elversdottir starts possession again with 3:05 to go. Anglem. They have not been able to solve UNC Pembroke's defense so far. 23 shots, none of them have hit the net. Scott slides it out. Columbus State with a throw at 2:50. Either a late dagger coming from the Lady Cougars or a massive celebration for the Braves. Long ball into the middle, headed down. Stevenson can't clear it. May at the top of the 18 sends it back to the middle. Still loose. Wade on the ball. Chips it in for Clark. Clark with 4 players around her. Has nowhere to go but backwards. Hits it for Peterson, and Peterson's shot slides wide to the right, and more time will run. .2:16 to go as the goal kick winds up with Elver's daughter. She'll hit it back towards the net. Won back by the Braves defense. Into the middle where Columbus State will get it back. Down to 2 minutes. You can feel the tension building. Bouncing around on the UNC Pembroke sideline. Stagnant on the Columbus State side at the moment, hoping that they'll find a goal. Spano with the left foot. Hits it wide left. 1:45 to go. They were here in 2008. UNC Pembroke was. They fell 2-1 in overtime to Columbus State. They're here again in 2017, and Lars Anderson has his team 1:20 away from a championship. 75 to go now. Elver's daughter long into the box. Nail on the end, and Ryan's going to catch the pass. Ryan will have a chance to goal kick at 1 minute to go. 60 seconds left here in Evans. The Pembroke group continues to rise in volume. Columbus State maybe with one last gasp. 45 seconds to go. Wade on the ball. Plays it wide right for Spano. Weisner gambled, doesn't get it. Spano, top of the box for Clark. Clark sets it for Elver's daughter, and Scott's there to clear it. It's down to 30 seconds to go. Poor pass, loses them about 10 seconds. Spano on it, down to 25. Weisner wins it away. The clearance is deflected back into her own end. Cleared back to Goodfellow with 17 seconds. Goodfellow to the top of the 18. It bounces around, cleared away. Watkins clears it long, and that's going to do it. UNC Pembroke is going to pull it off. 5 seconds to go. They were here in 2008. It came up short. In 2017, they get the victory. UNC Pembroke is your 2017 Peach Belt Conference Tournament champions. The Braves storm onto the field with their head coach Lars Anderson. And for the first time in Peach Belt Conference and program history, UNC Pembroke will hoist the trophy. A penalty kick goal in the 20th minute of action. Stood up, and it's 3 consecutive 1-0 victories for the Braves, and they will be dancing in the NCAA tournament on Selection Monday. 15-4-1 are the Braves. They have the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament, and they will be back in the postseason playing for the first time since 2010. For Columbus State, they will fall to 15-3 on the year. They are voided of their opportunity at a 4th consecutive Peach Belt Conference championship. And instead, they'll now wait to see what seed they come up with tomorrow. They entered as the 1, and we'll have to wait and see where they end up when the seeding is handed out tomorrow night. Christine Rolfus, the hero in this one, tallies the penalty kick strike in the 20th minute. And UNC Pembroke, despite being outshot 25-4, The one that mattered is the one that went in, and they win the 2017 Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship. We're going to hang out here. We ask you to do the same as they get set to present the 2017 championship trophy and the announcement of the all-tournament team as well. Remember, we have a second half of our doubleheader coming up here from Evans, Georgia. It'll be the men's championship, as it'll be North Georgia and Lander set to battle in the second half of our doubleheader today, so stick around for that. With that now, we'll go down to midfield where we'll have your championship presentation of the trophy and the all-tournament team here from Blanchard Woods Park. Again, 1-0 UNC Pembroke, your 2017 Peach Belt Conference Tournament champs.